You're going to need your foam roller, a pillow, a towel, or some kind of pillowcase, something that's a little bit long, so that we can use it as a strap. Okay? Then, if you'd like to start with your towel underneath your neck, we can do that. You'll place it at the top of the mat. You can use your pillow or the towel underneath your neck. And your feet will be together, knees together, hips heavy onto the mat. Open your arms out to T. And just take a few breaths here. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. I have bright lights, so I like to close my eyes. Get your shoulders really heavy onto the mat. See if your shoulder blades can flatten a little bit more. And then you're going to separate the feet out about hip width, keeping them parallel. And I want you to take both knees over to one side about halfway towards the ground, then back to center, and then over to the other side about halfway towards the ground, and then back to center. Good. So you'll just start fanning your knees from side to side. Good. Have lots of space for your throat, nose for the ceiling. And then continue to fan the legs from side to side about 3 more times. Good. Going to the center, walk your feet out to the very edge of the mat so that your feet are the same width of the mat. This time your hands will go behind your head, so interlace your hands, place them behind your head. Go ahead and drop the legs over to the right side, engaging the left glute to roll that hip over lightly. And then take your eyes towards the left elbow. Then you're going to take your sight back towards the center as your knees come to the center. And then your knees will go over to the left. Once you get there, squeeze the right glute and take your eyesight to the right elbow. And then back to center. Good. And then we'll continue alternating, dropping to the right, looking to the left. Finding a full stretch where the elbow feels like it's reaching to the opposite side of the knee as well. Then you roll back towards center. To go over to the other side. To squeeze through the glutes, to lift through the hip. Good. 2 more to each side. And 1 more set. Take both knees to center. Pull the feet as close to you as you can. So if you get it right next to your butt, that's cool. If you can't, that's okay too. And then push lightly into the ground. Push your sacrum heavier. Hands stay behind the head to help you lift your head and shoulders up a little bit. And down a little bit. So just trying to stretch your upper back for the ceiling. So you feel a stretch in your upper back. You will probably feel your upper abs work as well. They will help you stretch your back. Good. And have your feet on the ground if you can. So your feet are on the ground just really close to you. Good. Nice job. 2 more times. Last one. Good. Walk your feet back out again, the width of the mat. Take your hands back out to T. Drop the knees over to the right. Look for your left hand, so it's the same stretch that you did, but now with open arms. Take a few breaths here. Good, so your feet start the width of the mat apart so that when you drop over, we can now pick up the right leg and take it over the left knee to assist yourself a little bit more into your stretch. You keep squeezing that top glute to help you get into it and rotate more. The shoulder stays heavy. You can always press down with the opposite hand if needed. And you take a couple of breaths. And then you take the foot off, back to center. Knees drop over to the other side. Squeeze that top glute to get the hip over. Then you take the foot up, over the knee. Keep squeezing through the glute. You're looking for the opposite hand. Assisting yourself in the stretch, trying to get the opposite shoulder heavier. Take 2 more breaths. And then coming out of the stretch slowly, back to center. Take your hands behind your head, or if you have a towel, you could grab onto the towel to help you curl yourself up. Breathe in, and then exhale, start to sit yourself up, nice and slow, but all the way up to a seated position. Or we do whatever we need. Good job, everyone. Okay, grab onto your pillow, and we're gonna sit on it. So, big pillow. Bring your foam roller in front of you. As the legs are relaxed in their butterfly stretch. If you don't have a foam roller, you can just walk your hands out. But from here, your hands will reach away to where you're comfortable, and then you'll come back up. You don't have to go very far. If your stretch is little, your stretch is little. If it's really big, that's fine too. As you're stretching, at no point does anything feel like you're not sure of that sensation. A stretch ideally just feels like you're moving tissue a little bit more and it's starting to want to give. Good. Everyone looks good. I enjoy that everyone's elbows look way better than mine usually do. Good job. Couple more times. Once more. One leg can go out to the side. The one that's in front of you in the butterfly stretch could come just a little bit closer to you in a comfortable position for your ankle. The foam roller stays in front. Gently pressing through the fingers, you take an inhale. We're going to go forward with a flat back. So sit really, really tall. Picture yourself like a laptop, and someone's closing you from your spine, so you just hinge forward with a flat back. You can look out in front for this, and then you come back up the same way. Let's practice fists as we press out, and as we pull back in. Good. 3 more times, flat back. Reaching out, your foot is just relaxed right now in whatever position it wants to be. I'm going to let you just make note of what that position is. I believe there's one more. Good. Now as you're stay tall, point your foot, reach through your pinky toe. This time we're going to round. So if there's an imaginary wall behind us, remember, we're bananas. It's not a wall, it's a banana. Peel away from the banana. Peeling forward. And then peeling back on. Good. Round your spine forward. And rounding up. Three more times. Your foot stays pointed. 2 more. combine the flat back with extension and flexion with the foot flex. So point and flex the foot a couple of times to feel the pull from the ankle. Then really pull from the ankle. Maybe your toes relax a little bit. You look out in front. Let's lead from the chest like there's a string pulling you forward. You go forward with that flat back, the foot flexed. Then your head drops down and you begin to round back up. Same pattern. If you want to do the fists down, you can do that. If you want to try hands down, that also works. Again, flat back coming forward, maybe a little bit of extension. Dropping down and rounding up. One more time. And then you reverse. So you'll peel forward. You'll go onto a flat back to come back up. The foot is still flexed, rounding forward to flatten up. Once more. And then we switch legs. So that one will pull in. Make itself comfortable in front of you. Other one will go out. The leg can just be doing whatever it wants to be doing. With a flat back, little fists, start to go forward. And coming up. Keeping the back flat. I'm like, it hurt you. Once more. Now you're going to point the foot, reach with your big toe, peeling forward with a round back. And rounding back up onto your imaginary wall. Good. Again, round forward. And lifting. Good job. If you find yourself kind of rounding when you are sitting up, just sit really tall, then round yourself forward. So that you're growing tall through the sits bones and the rounding starts from the upper back. Now the foot is going to flex from the ankle, point, flex from the ankle, keeping the toes relaxed. Maybe one more time or two if you need one more. So that you can stay flexed from the ankle, toes relaxed. We'll start going forward with a flat back. To round up. Again, sit nice and tall, going forward with a flat back. And rounding up. Once more. To reverse, rounding forward. To flatten up. Good. As you round forward, lengthen through the crown of the head. You got it. One more. Yay! Both legs out. Here, on my face, making me itchy. There we go. Sorry, now you guys are itchy too. You're all scratching your face, except maybe one of you is not. Don't do it. You just did it. Or at least the body part. Okay. Sit tall. Fingertips push onto the foam roller to help you connect your arms to your back. Push onto your pinky and ring finger. and point and flex the feet. Then this is where it gets fun. One points, one flexes. And then you're going to follow the foot that points. So as one points, lean towards it lightly. That knee might want to bend a little bit. And then the other one. It's going to be a little bit slower than it was. But just a light lean, lean, lean. Couple more times. It's going to feel like it wants to kind of like make you sway from side to side. You can let it. I like to do that. It feels nice on your back. Then the feet relax, whatever that means for you. I apparently did something weird today. Ignore that. And then hinge forward with a flat back to come back up. 2 more times going forward with a flat back. Again, you're going to a range where you are comfortable supporting yourself coming back up. If you feel like you get stuck there, you can't get back up, you went too far. So just to where you can support. Then let's flex the feet, soften the knees slightly, sit really tall out of the glutes. You're going to round forward a little bit without putting any weight on your hamstrings, and then you come back up. So you stay tall out of the sits bones and you only round through your upper back, and then you stack back up. 2 more times like this. And once more. Yay! One more will be horizontal for your upper back for extension. Mid back. You're going to sit nice and tall. Super tall. Hands behind the head. Walking the feet out. Try and spread the toes, feet are together. Push all of the toes towards the ground, that's entire ball of the foot. Outside edge of the foot and heel. And press down into the mat until you feel the back of the legs work. Once you feel that connection, gaze up for the ceiling to round back. And then to come back forward. So you just let your head fall back into your hands. And help you come back up. Good. Your elbows are within your peripheral vision. You're only going as far back as you still have weight onto your feet. And then you can reach your sits bones for your heels to find more of a connection through the back of the leg. Once more. We lift the hips. The hips roll lightly towards the heels. We lower the hips. Elbows come closer together. We go back. Good. Try a few more. Now once more, when you come up, the hips lift. You go down a little bit so that the foam roller goes up the back a tiny little bit more, and the hips lower. This time we'll change the pattern because you're so close to the neck. This time when you go up, you'll lift the hips to go back. You'll reach the elbows to the back wall, keep reaching through the elbows and the head. The hips will lower down to the mat. Once they reach down, you then curl up. Hips lift as the upper body rolls back. Hips lower first, and then you roll up. Good, again. Two more. Hips lift, elbows back. Lower the hips. more. Very nice. Push the foam roller up, place it underneath your hips, grab onto your towel, take your foam roller right up against your butt and push in with your heels as much as you can. If you can have a little bit of tension where if you needed to lift it up, that you could do that. Then take your hands up for the ceiling, grabbing onto the towel about shoulder width apart. Reach your knuckles for the ceiling so that your wrists are straight. Lightly pull apart on the towel and feel your shoulder blades flatten onto the mat. Keep them flat. Take the hands overhead to where you're comfortable, meaning connected to your back, and then down for the knees and back up. They don't actually have to touch the knees or go completely overhead. You just go in the range that works for you. If you don't know what that range is, again, flattening the shoulder blades to the mat, taking up space with the shoulder blades will help you figure it out. Try 4 more. Reaching overhead and back under you. And I say under you because if you were on the reformer, it's like you're pushing away from the bar if you're doing a plank on it, and then you pull it underneath you. Couple more times. Stay above the chest, wide elbows, bend the elbows, pull the strap towards the sternum, and then reach back up. There's always tension in the towel as you're pulling the elbows apart and back up for the ceiling. If you happen to notice that one hand works more than the other one, that can be really common. You're still pulling the heels toward your butt so that the back of the legs stay active. Couple more times like this. Arms stay for the ceiling. You're going to lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat and then start rounding forward, reaching past your knees. Not really, but you pretend like you are. And then back down and over. You reach above you and you round past your knees and over. The towel can be behind your neck and help you lift and lower. So if your neck is unhappy, you go to this one, where your elbows reach. You have the option of assisting the head, or you have the option of reaching in front of you. Last 2. Last 1. Please do. Now lift your hips and place the foam roller under your hips. Once the foam roller is under your hips, take your legs to tabletop one at a time. See if you can straighten up for the ceiling and just hang out here comfortably, or if you need to readjust your foam roller. And if you're in a good spot, pull your knees towards your chest. Hug yourself like you really love yourself. Apparently I wiggle. And then reach for the ceiling. Arms open, palms for the ceiling, point and flex your feet. And then keep the ankles together, alternate which foot points and which one flexes. Keep the ball of foot connected for running, where now the heels alternate. One heel goes away, the other one pulls towards you as one knee bends and the other one straightens. And the legs relax, and you just let them float for the ceiling about hip width apart. Once that feels comfortable, the knees turn into each other and away from each other. Into each other and away from each other. Turning the knees in and out for 3, 2, and once more. Both knees to the right, both knees to the left. 3 more times. Right, left, right, left. Once more. I got confused on that one. I'm going to do an extra one. And both legs are still for the ceiling. One leg is going to go out to the side as far as the other one stays for the ceiling. Then you bring it up. Go out 50% twice. So that's once more. Other leg out as far as this one can stay up for the ceiling without moving. Then out 50%. Once more. Same pattern. Repeat. Out all the way. Out 50. Back up. Back out. Back up and switch. Out all the way. Leg up. Out 50. Back up once more. And now you're going to alternate the feet where one goes out to the side. As it comes up and it connects with the heel, it's like it clicks it to go over to the other side. But it's a really gentle click. It's just like touch, go. Good. That looks good. Good job, guys. A couple more times. Both legs will even out and meet towards the ceiling. So for the balance series, you'll be on your foam roller, butt here, head here. Good. So sitting at the end of it, and your back. Connect your body. We're going to do 3 of each on each side, but we're actually not going to do the extra challenge with both arms are up. Let's first push into the feet, push into the arms. Take the right leg up to tabletop. Take the left arm up. Arm and legs reach away from each other and back to starting position. And again, in starting position. And once more. Now the arm lowers, other arm goes up. Same arm, same leg. They go away from each other, back to starting, away from each other, back to start. Once more. The leg lowers, the arm lowers. Organize your body. This time the left leg goes up and the right arm goes up. They reach away from each other and back for the ceiling. And away from each other and back for the ceiling. Once more. Good. Lower that arm, other arm up. This is my difficult child. And again, arm and leg reach away from each other, back to starting position. Same arm, same leg. Once more. Arm lowers, leg lowers. However you'd like to sit yourself up or roll off, you will now be coming off of the foam roller. Good. We're all standing. About your own foot length away from the wall with your feet maybe a little bit more. If you don't have a wall, that's fine. You don't necessarily need a wall. If you don't have a wall, your feet will be hip width apart. If you have a wall, you'll be in a Pilates seat. Now, stand nice and tall. Open the arms out to T. Little tiny circles out here. then reverse. And then reach through the fingers, open through the hands, down for the hips, thumbs back up to shoulder height, down for the hips, back out to shoulder height. It's like you have wings and you're putting them down, and then you're lifting them. Lower the wings and fly. Good. 3 more. 2. Last one. Arms will lower. Let them relax. Start to peel away from the wall, rolling down about hip height. If you don't have a wall, or until your sacrum wants to start moving up the wall, that's when you stop. The arms will circle in one direction, just really heavy arms. Let them stop until they go, or let them go until they stop, and then reverse. And let them go. Once they stop, prep your abs with an inhale, and the exhale takes you back up, one vertebra on top of the other one. Good. You can stand tall, and then you guys are all done. Good job.